Oh. 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 Welcome to Meaningful Mornings. There are two bhavas, or feelings, that cause one to engage in puja or prayer. Only two. The lower reason is to be purposeful. You engage in puja or prayer for something, for someone. The higher reason is to be grateful. One engages in puja, prayer, not for something or someone, rather to give, to express. As we begin this week, as we begin Navaratri, we're all preparing for the birth of Bhagwan Rama. And how can one do so in an active way? By feeling bhagya, by being grateful. Let us all pray, not for something or someone. Let us pray in a higher way, expressing our gratitude to our Creator, to our original parent. Quieten your minds. Feel grateful. Shanti. One of the sayings associated with meaningful mornings is purpose pulls performance. Our purpose should be gratitude. Gratitude pulls performance. One will be the best version of themselves. That's what this workshop tries to nurture. In chapter 2, verse 4, Prince Arjuna is continuing to summarize his position. So many of his words are filled with justification. Most recently, he is sharing with Sri Krishna that a person is more important than a purpose. He's focusing on a person, persons. Sri Krishna, though not speaking actively, having not begun the teaching, the position that's inferred is purpose is more important. Making this more relative for us. If you care for people who are younger than you, kids, grandkids, etc., there is a difference between sheltering them and protecting them. When you shelter a child, you're weakening them. Why? Because you're focused on them in the short term. You're focused on them in the form of that which is easy. This is called attachment. Whereas protecting them, your focus is not on them in the short term, but their whole life. What will make them stronger? And that often means in the short term, for them to have to go through toughness. Whether falling while walking or missing an exam, whatever it may be. Sheltering versus protecting. Prince Arjuna, sheltering. Sri Krishna, protecting. The persons that Prince Arjuna is focusing on is Acharya Bhishma and Acharya Drona. How can I fight them? Pujar how? I am not to fight them. I am to worship them. Externally, this makes sense. Internally, are you to fight or glorify your weaknesses? And quite often, this is what we do. We glorify how busy we are. So that's why we can't be empathetic. We glorify our anger. It shows that we care more. Prince Arjuna's sharing what we go through only externally. He continues this verse, the next verse, and then a new scene and dimension of Bhagavad Gita begins. Chapter 2, verse 5. This is a longer meter. More longer meters are coming. These are Prince Arjuna's final justifications, words. So he wants to share more. It's like a closing argument. Get in as much as you can. Guru nahatva hi mahanubhavan shreyo bhoktum bhekshamapi haloke hatvarta kamanstu guru niheva bunjiya bhogan rudirat pradigdhan. The first quarter. Guru. Again, the two, that is Bhishma and Drona. Ahatva. Not killing them. Why? Maha anubhavan. I am not to kill them. We are not to kill them because they are great. They are noble. One indication of greatness and nobility is decisiveness. Those who are doubt-filled are good. Those who are decisive are great. Acharya Bhishma and Drona are much clearer than Prince Arjuna in what needs to be done. And this almost shows they have more experience than him. This is quite clear in athletics. In terms of playoffs and pressure, those with more experience, they tend to excel because they're more decisive than those who doubt themselves more. Prince Arjuna is highlighting their greatness. Now he brings himself in. Shreyaha, that is overall welfare. Bhoktum bhaiksham api iha loke. For me, what's best for my overall welfare is in this world to live on bhiksha. Instead of living in the kingdom, I will live on bhiksha. Bhiksha is difficult to define in English. Typically, the word used is begging. More philosophically, bhiksha is accepting what comes to you. So this is not just about food. This is about all our life experiences. Aren't we bhikshus in terms of the weather? Don't you just have to accept the weather that comes to you? What are you going to do about it? What comes to you and why he's sharing this? This is escapism. He is justifying his escapism. And remember, he's already lived like this. The kingdom has been taken away from him, from his family. They lived in the jungle. So what was done wrongly to them, he is now normalizing this, saying it's better to live like this rather than to be active in resisting that which is wrong. He's passively resisting this by saying, let's just go with the flow. But that is selfish because only he can do that, maybe. But what about his family, the Pandavas, the future? Next quarter. The first line is about if, that's one model. The second line is about then, it's another model. Hatva, if we do kill them, the reason for this, artha kama. If we kill them, the reason we will be doing this is for artha. Artha means possessions. Kama, which means pleasures. He's defining the kingdom. And the implication of this, if we kill them, we will not reach moksha, which is peace. All of these words are associated, yes? Artha, kama, moksha. How conveniently he's left out dharma. See how he's degraded the purpose of this conflict to, Madhusudana Saraswati uses the word, livelihood. Prince Arjuna has made this conflict about livelihood. For all of you who work professionally, if you work for a paycheck, I feel sorry for you. What a miserable trajectory one has. Shri Krishna's silence is indicating, I appreciate that you want to live for moksha, but the way to do that is through dharma, not artha and kama. This challenge is your dharma. Finally, iheva, in this world, gurun bunjiya bhogan rudira pradigdhan, by killing my gurus. In this world, bunjiya bhogan, all that I will experience in terms of possessions and pleasures, and this is a strong visualization. Rudira means blood. Pradigdhan will be covered, will be stained in blood. So his point here is, even if we gain this kingdom and all associated with this, we will keep remembering loss. So how? How can we enjoy? Some of you may be feeling what Prince Arjuna is sharing is repetitive. Please remember, Prince Arjuna is an icon of the complexity of our own psychology. How many times we repeat thoughts of doubt. How many times we repeat mistakes. How many times we repeat reacting, even though we know we are supposed to respond. He's an icon of our own complex psychology. And one more insight in general. When I studied Bhagavad Gita from Puja Guruji, Swami Tejomayananda, I had already lived in the ashram for more than 12 months. The implication being is that you should be honest with yourself enough to see how you're like Prince Arjuna. You should have been introspected enough to see that these vices live inside of you. It is such internalization where one doesn't get distracted by repetition or externalizing personalities. This song is about you. From inspiration to application, your recent application was, what is the need of the age and what are you doing about it? All of you are welcome to share. My observation, the need of the age is for more people to act out of fulfillment rather than for fulfillment. In other words, we need more people to love unconditionally, because that is the most transformative power for individuals and societies, is unconditional love. Shared less poetically is, we need better role models. We need role models who will show us it is possible to live a life of dharma cheerfully, in a content way. Your application for this morning, I want you to identify what parts of your life do you make unnecessarily complex? What facets of your life do you make unnecessarily complex? A very valid answer is all. But you identify more specifically. Shanti, Shanti, Shantihi. Be safe, be sound, be serene. A joyous Navaratri to all. Be happiness.